Are part of the Darden restaurant group. They employ 180,000 people across the country. And as it turns out now, apparently getting ready for Obamacare, now what they're doing is they're cutting hours of many employees in 4 different markets because they simply don't know how much Obamacare is going to cost the company going forward.
So if they remove them from full-time status to part-time status, then the company does not have to pay for their health care. Then what happens to those employees? Well, then they have to go and pretty much go into the government-run program that is part of Obamacare. It's interesting to point out that the CEO of this group has given big dollars to Democrats, and the company has been ardent supporter of the Let's Move campaign, which, of course, is the healthy initiative that the First Lady has been behind. So for this gentleman to come out and say that he has to do this in order to survive financially is important.
Also, they're going to try to keep the employees under 50. And do the best they can to keep it at 49, because after 50 you get you have to give full-time benefits to those working full-time.
Right. If you've got more than, I think, 500 employees. Yeah. What's interesting about this company, though, is the fact that now they're talking about cutting back on hours because of the unknown costs of Obamacare. How have they been able to get along so far? Well, as it turns out, this particular company got a waiver for the Affordable Care Act back in 2010. And that's how they were able to do it. And now going forward, they don't know exactly how much there's going to be involved because it's so uncertain. And uncertainty really is what is behind this next story as well. There's a guy who's a real estate mogul by the name of David Siegel. He runs Westgate. And look at this. He has sent a letter out to his employees that said, if President Obama is reelected, you might lose your job.
And I think a lot of small businesses are facing a lot of these questions right now as they're looking at their expenditures and trying to figure out exactly how to make ends meet. And this is, one of the arguments that some of the business people coming on the show have said this is why hiring has not happened at such a rapid pace as well until maybe after the election or after the first of the year with the whole tax structure, too. Companies just don't know the uncertainty of Obamacare costs, the tax structure for themselves, not only with their small business, but personally. And so many of them are going to have to make some big changes. And here is one of those guys, David Siegel.
With the new Obamacare coming in and now the threat of higher taxes, it just means less money to expand our business. We're not going to fire anybody or lay off anybody as a result of who they vote for or who they lean towards. It's just I want them to know that what the future holds for them and their families.
And he says that if there are new taxes on him in the form of higher taxes on the successful, our company would have no choice but to reduce the size of our company. We would have to cut back. He doesn't say you got to vote for this guy or that guy. He just says this is what we're facing going forward.
All right. Now